jury, on this glorious day of this glorious month, Mr. B.B. Wolf is being tried for his various offenses. Is he guilty or is he innocent? Only you can decide. All rise. Honorable Judge I.L. Hagen presiding. You may be seated. The defendant, Mr. B.B. Wolf, is being tried for various offenses, for breaking and entering, willful destruction of property, impersonating sheep, corrupting a minor, willful assault with deadly natural weapons, and jaywalking.
Yes.
How do you plead?
Like this usually. It wasn't me. I'm an innocent victim of circumstance. Please hear me, I beg you.
To the charges. How do you plead to the charges?
Oh, those, right. Not guilty.
Opening statement?
Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I intend to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that this wolf, this hideous creature of the night, is in fact guilty of all the crimes just mentioned and is a menace to society who should be put down for the good of all mankind.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I intend to prove that all the accusations brought against me are just vicious rumor and hearsay. If you cut me, do I not bleed?
Mr. Wolf.
Sorry. Thank you.
You may call your first witness.
For my first witness, I call to the stand Piggy number 1.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so Rose Graham?
I do.
I now pronounce you man and wife.
Your Honor, she's a witness.
Now, Piggy, were you not the pig who had the straw house?
Yes, I was.
Tell us what happened to that house on the day of February 15th at 3:15 p.m.
It was blown down by that hideous beast, Wolf.
And
It was Wolf! I saw him do it! It was Wolf! I saw the whole thing!
Order!
And is the wolf you just mentioned in this courtroom right now?
Yes.
Thank you. No further questions.
Now, Piggy, where were you at the time that your house was blown down?
I was inside taking a mud bath.
Well, if you were inside wallowing, you couldn't very well see me outside. Now, could you?
No, but I...
No further questions.
Your Honor, I would like to ask another question. Now, Piggy, when the wolf blew your house down, you had a perfect view of him, did you not?
Yes, that's what I was trying to say.
And can you point out the perpetrator of that vicious deed?
It was him!
Thank you. No further questions. For my next witness, I call to the stand Piggy number 2.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so Rose Graham?
Now, Piggy, you were the pig who had the wooden house, were you not?
Mm-hmm.
And can you identify the individual who blew your house down?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. No further questions.
Now, Piggy, are you sure it was really me that you saw?
Mm-mm.
In fact, aren't you just now realizing your mistake in identifying?
Objection! The wolf is feeding the witness.
Approach the bench. Objection overruled.
Ha! Thank you. No further questions.
It was Wolf! I saw him do it! It was horrible! There was stucco flying everywhere! It was Wolf!
Order in the court. Yeah, well, it be ham and Swiss on rye.
Pork chop platter.
Bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich.
I'll take a pig in a blanket. Chef salad with low-count dressing.
Coming right up.
For my next witness, I call to the stand Little Red Riding Hood. Hello, Miss Hood. You're looking lovely today.
Why, thank you.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so Rose Graham?
Uh-huh.
Now, Miss Hood, on the 30th of June, were you not walking along the path to your grandmother's house when this fiend accosted you?
Yes.
And did he not frighten you?
Yes.
And ask you directions to your grandmother's house, then go there and attack you?
Yes.
Thank you. No further questions.
Yeah, I saw that too! Wolf did it! Wolf saw the little girl in the blue dress. She was sitting there eating curds and whey when he hit her with a bag.
One more outburst like that, and I'll find you in contempt of court.
Now, Fred, didn't you tell me you were going to your grandmother's house?
Well, yes.
I simply thought it was an invitation. Didn't you point out to me this shall have just over the river and through the woods?
Objection! The wolf is leading the witness.
Approach the bench. Objection overruled.
Ha. No, that's not what happened at all. You're confusing me. Here's what really happened. Why, I remember it like it was yesterday. Hey, a little Red Riding Hood.
Hi, Wolfie.
You sure are looking good.
Who are you?
I'm the big bad wolf. Where are you going?
I'm going to visit my poor, ill grandmother.
Well, where would that be?
Why, everyone knows that, silly. It's over the river and through the woods.
Well, mind if I take a peek at your basket of goodies?
No, you leave that alone. It's for my grandmother. Come on, Wolfie.
That's 2 out of 3.
No, what do you think? I'm stupid?
No, that's not how it happened at all, Your Honor. Here's what really happened. Hey, little Red Riding Hood.
Hi, Wolf.
You sure are looking good.
Who are you?
I'm the big bad wolf. Where are you going?
I'm going to visit my poor, ill grandmother.
And where would that be?
Why, everyone knows that, silly. It's over the river and through the woods.
Oh. Well, mind if I take a peek at your basket of goodies?
No, you leave that alone. It's for my grandmother. Come on, Wolfie.
Ah. No further questions. The emotional trauma haunts me today.
For my next witness, I call to stand grandmother. The sweetest, kindest old lady there is. Hello there, Granny. Got any more of those cookies?
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help us God?
Good enough. Now, Granny, can you point out for the jury the hideous beast who broke into your home, assaulted you, and locked you in the closet? Thank you. No further questions.
If it please the court, I would like to have Granny listed as a hostile witness. Now, madam, you know what that is, don't you? It's a person who feels hostility. But you want to get back at someone for calling a young lady, such as yourself, old, when someone tries to milk you for your cookies. Doesn't that just make you mad? Don't you just want to hit someone? Thank you. No further questions. For a character witness, I call my old friend Badger.
Your Honor, I object. The wolf is badgering the witness, or witnessing the badger.
Approach the bench. Objection overruled.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help us God?
Sure. Now, Badger, how long have you known me?
7 years.
That's right. Ever since I broke that mirror. And in that time, how would you describe my personal character?
I would say you are trustworthy, loyal, helpful, kind, considerate, and reverent.
Thank you. Now, have you ever known me to do anything that could be construed as violent?
Never.
Thank you. No further questions.
How long did you say you've known the badger? Or the wolf?
7 years.
Your Honor, I object. This witness is clearly incompetent, and I demand his testimony be stricken from the
I
record.
object! He is a great citizen of the forest.
Approach the bench. You blinked. Overruled.
For my next witness, I call to stand Piggy number 3.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help us God?
Yeah, dude.
Now, little Piggy, were you threatened by the big bad wolf?
Yeah, man, it was bad. Fatty bad, do what to do.
And did not your sisterly pigs come rushing into your home after you had blown their own homes down?
We blew them away, Daddy-o.
And can you identify the hideous beast who committed that vicious deed?
Sure can. That's the dude right there.
Thank you. No further questions.
Now, Piggy, are you sure it was really me that you saw?
Yeah, I'm right sure.
No further questions.
Yeah, Wolf did it. I saw that too. I saw Wolf do it all.
All right, you. Who are you and why do you keep interrupting my court?
I believe he'd be the boy who cried wolf.
I saw the wolf. I'll tell you all about it.
my next witness, I call to the stand the little boy who cried wolf.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so Rose Grimm?
I saw the wolf.
Tell the court exactly what you saw.
Well, first, I saw the wolf attack the little girl, and then he broke into her grandmother's house and threw her in the oven before climbing up onto the roof, eating the gingerbread, and then he ran over the pig's straw house with a lawnmower, and then had tea with them before painting the pig's house of mud with whitewash.
Excuse me, but I'm going to ask you a question, and may I remind you that you are still under oath. Are you legally blind?
Well, yes.
Then don't you think it's rather silly to be claiming that you saw all these things?
Yes, but I'm a poor actor and this is a good paying union job.
Sit down. I have no more witnesses.
Wolf, do you have any other witnesses to call?
Yes, I would like to call Mr. B.B. Wolf to the stand.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so Rose Grimm?
I do. Now, Mr. Wolf, did you not huff, puff, and blow down the three little pigs' houses? Certainly not. Now, I was out jogging to get my aerobic workout for the day. I did pause on the trail by a straw house and later near a stick house. I was breathing hard, and I suppose I could have been huffing and puffing, but the poor construction of the homes is what caused them to fall down, sir. What about the accusations that you were going to eat the three little pigs? Oh no, that would be mean. Besides, I'm a vegetarian. Yes, but what about grandmother? Did you lock her up and leave her in the closet? Certainly not. Now, when I arrived at her house, I think my presence must have alarmed her. It's a common mistake people make. They think that because I'm big and hairy, I must mean to do them harm. She screamed and ran into the closet. I tried to get her out, but she had wedged something underneath the doorknob, locking me out. But what about Little Red Riding Hood? What was all that about, you beast? Well, sir, as I stated before, I thought she had invited me over to her grandmother's house. I was lonely and just wanted someone to care for. I am but a simple woodland creature, reaching out to another lonely heart. Is that so wrong? I certainly hope not. For if it is, then aren't we all guilty? No further questions.
You may cross-examine.
And what about your most vicious crime of all? Jaywalking.
Well, you see, sir, I wasn't really jaywalking. I was in the process of making a U-turn. I was merely apprehended before I could complete my U.
I have no more questions.
Closing statement.
Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you have heard for yourselves from many of the victims personally that it is your turn to do what is right by finding this wolf, this hideous creature of the night, guilty for the crimes we have proven he is responsible for committing.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I have proven that the accusations brought against me were all just hearsay. Am I on trial for being a wolf? Hath the wolf not feelings? Does he not hunger and thirst like any other? I'm not guilty.
The jury will deliberate.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you've heard the testimony of both sides. Now it is your turn to decide. If you believe the wolf to be guilty, call out the word guilty. If you believe the wolf to be innocent, call out the word innocent. When I have you to sit down, I'll raise my hand. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Innocent! Guilty!
The jury has found the wolf to be innocent.
Oh!
That wolf is guilty! You can see it in his eyes! You can see it in his eyes! This is the travesty of justice! That wolf is guilty! He's guilty!
Thank you for your attendance. Court will be back in session in mere moments when we will try The People versus the Wicked Witch, alias Evil Queen. courtroom docket is The People versus the Wicked Witch, alias Evil Queen. Judge Isle Hagen presiding. You may be seated. You may be seated. Sit down! The witch is being accused with 3 counts of harassment, conspiracy, destruction of property, 2 counts of kidnapping, attempted murder by cannibalism, attempted murder by poisoning, attempted murder by arson, participation in slavery, and speeding on a broomstick. How do you plead?
No, I never plead.
My client pleads not guilty, Your Honor.
Oops, excuse me.
Opening statement?
Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I intend to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt.
How do you plead?
No, I never plead.
My client pleads not guilty, Your Honor.
Oops, excuse me.
Opening statement?
Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I intend to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that this witch, this notorious woman, is in fact guilty of all the crimes just mentioned and is a menace to society. Should her wicked deeds go unnoticed? Should she be allowed to walk our paths unattended? No. We must take a stand now and prevent any further wrongdoing. She must be foiled in her attempts to prevent the general public from living happily ever after.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, my client is no criminal. She's purely a victim of misunderstanding and was only trying to defend what was rightfully hers and protect herself. Don't add to the wrong she's already suffered. When you hear her side of the story, I know you'll find my client not guilty of the crimes for which she's accused. Thank you.
Prosecutor may call the first witness.
For my first witness, I call to stand the Cowardly Lion.
Counsel?
What? What do you mean he's not coming?
He said he was going to testify today, but he was too busy being the king of the forest.
In that case, I call to stand the Tin Woodsman.
I was afraid of that.
What now?
He said he was going to come, but his heart just wasn't in it.
I call to stand the Scarecrow.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so Rose Graham?
I do.
Tell us about your experiences with this evil witch.
Well, my friends and I were on our way to Emerald City, minding our own business, when the witch popped out of nowhere in the roof of this house and threw a fireball right at me. If it weren't for the Tin Man, I would have burned up.
Can you point out that evil witch for the jury to see?
Yes, that's her.
Thank you. No further questions.
Isn't it true that you and your friends were trespassing on Miss Witch's private property when this event occurred?
I don't recall if we were on land yet then or not.
How convenient. But you do admit that you were trespassing on her property, ignoring the warning signs clearly marking the boundary.
But that's no reason to burn me alive. Besides, she's gonna hurt Dorothy.
Just answer the question, yes or no, did you trespass?
Yes, we did.
And weren't you also hired by a mysterious stranger known only as Wizard to be hitmen and murder Miss Witch in cold blood?
It was cold water?
Answer the question, yes or no.
Yes, I suppose so.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I submit to you that the Scarecrow was trespassing with harmful intentions toward my client, and any act Miss Witch may have taken against the Scarecrow was purely self-defense. Your witness?
Now, Scarecrow, I really just have one question for you. I understand that during this time you were without a brain. Is this true?
Your Honor, I object. The DA is badgering the witless.
Approach the bench. Extend potatoes. 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4. 5 potato, 6 potato, 7 potato more. Overruled. The witness will answer the question.
You see, sir, your judgery. I got my brain later, you see, your honorary.
Henri, are you calling me Henri? Have you lost your mind? Your Honor, he meant to say, he just called you Henri. He didn't call you Henri. Oh, never mind. Please go on. You were describing to the court the whereabouts of your brain at the time.
Yes, well, I sort of had one, I think. But I didn't know I had it all along until the diploma, you see.
Yes or no, please. Did you know you had a brain at the time of your disagreement with my client?
No, I did not.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Your Honor, I submit to you that the Scarecrow, who was knowingly brainless at the time, was an incompetent, should not have even been on the streets. Because of this, his testimony is invalid, and I demand it be stricken from the records.
Stricken. You won't forget everything you just said.
You may be seated. For my next witness, I call to the stand the flying monkey.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so was Grimm?
Who?
The Grimm brothers?
Whatever, I guess so.
You lived with a witch. Isn't it true that she abused and beat you and your fellow monkeys? That she forced you into hard labor and made you do her dirty work?
Yes, that's true.
Proving once again the true heartlessness of this witch. Thank you. No further questions.
Now, weren't you and your fellow monkeys homeless when the witch found you?
We were on the streets and in the skies.
Didn't she feed you when you were hungry, clothe and shelter you when you were cold, and comfort you when you were lonely?
But you made us slave day in and day out.
The least you could do after her generosity. No further questions.
For my next witness, I call to the stand Dorothy.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so was Grimm?
I do. And Toto, too.
Dorothy, tell us about your experiences with this evil witch.
All I know is that Toto and I came here by mistake when we landed in Munchkinland. And then the good witch gave me some ruby slippers for luck. And the next thing I know, this wicked witch is chasing after me, demanding my shoes. It was very rude.
And you had never met her before? She had no reason to attack you like that, did she?
Oh no, sir. I'd never seen her before in my life. And then when I met some friends, we were on our way to Emerald City to ask for help. And this wicked witch tried to poison us in a poppy field.
Oh, you poor thing. Why, that's simply terrible. You must have suffered so.
We were very scared. And then the wicked witch kidnapped me and my dog Toto and locked us in her dungeon so she could kill us. All because she wanted my shoes and I couldn't seem to get them off my feet.
So envy and avarice drove her to attempted murder.
Objection, Your Honor. Envy and avarice are sins, they're not crimes.
Pick a number between 1 and 10.
5.
3.
The number was 2. Defense was closest. Objection sustained.
You are truly a brave soul to have overcome all the evil this witch put into your path. Thank you. No further questions.
I have a few questions. Isn't it true that your house flattened her sister upon your arrival in Munchkinland, thus cold-bloodedly killing her?
If you please, sir, it was an accident.
Whether you call it murder or accidental manslaughter, her sister is still dead, is she not?
Yes, I suppose she is.
And the slippers. And didn't you also receive a pair of ruby slippers that belonged to Miss Witch's family?
They were a gift from the good witch.
And you watched her take those slippers off of the cold, dead feet of my client's sister, did you not?
But what about when she kidnapped me and my dog Toto and locked us in her dungeon so she could kill us?
What else could she do? You were the known killer of her sister who was attempting to murder again, just because some guy called Wizard told you to. You were willing to trade her life for a free trip to Kansas. The dungeon is too good for the likes of you. She must have been terrified having you under her very roof. You disgust me.
I want to go home. I just want to go home. There's no place like home.
No further questions.
For my next witness, I call to the stand the dwarves.
Place your right hands on the book. Sorry. No, your other right hand.
Please, just swear them in.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, Sir Rose Grimm?
We do.
Tell us the condition you found Snow White in after she'd eaten the poisoned apple.
Order.
One at a time, please.
Certainly.
Oh,
terrible. Order in the court.
I have no more questions. Your witness?
I have no questions, Your Honor. You may be seated.
For my next witness, I call to the stand Miss Snow White.
Oh my, that book is filthy.
Not at all. It's all just fairy tales, and everything is G-rated. I can assure you.
No, the cover. It's got dirt and some kind of food on it. Do you have a dish rag or something? I've done a lot of cleaning up after total slobs in my time.
Will this do for now? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, Sir Rose Grimm?
I do.
No. Snow, after the witch threatened you, isn't it true that your family had to hide you in the forest fearing for your very life?
Yes, ma'am.
And when the witch discovered your whereabouts using her alias of the Evil Queen, Did she not attempt to poison you?
Yes, she did.
Tell the court what happened.
I was cleaning house when I saw this little old lady at the window. She was selling apples, and I thought it would be nice to pick an apple pie for the dwarves. I looked at them. She gave me one to sample. Thought it would be nice to help her. She looked poor and lonely. I took a bite, and there must have been something in it, because that's all I remember until my prince came along.
Thank you. No further questions.
Now, Snow, you say you were cleaning house. Are there any witnesses that can testify that they saw you at the house at the time in question?
No, sir, I was alone.
Are there any medical reports showing that the apple you ate had something poisonous in it?
No, sir.
Your Honor, I submit that this testimony is all hearsay and it should be stricken from the record.
What? Did somebody say something? He wants the last testimony stricken from the record.
Why didn't you just say something?
You may
For
be
my
seated.
next witness, I call to the stand the magic mirror.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, Sir Rosegroom?
I always do. I show what's true.
Tell us what you know about the Snow White incident.
Snow White was the fairest of them all, so my queen paid her a call. If Queenie gave Snow White the boot, she thought the prince would find her cute.
And did she act on these feelings of petty jealousy and hatred?
She picked an apple and brewed a brew, then donned a costume, and off she flew. Her brew was poisoned, and this she placed into an apple, which was quite laced. She went in disguise to see Snow White, sold Snow an apple, and Snow took a bite. Snow fell unconscious and dropped to the ground. Then my queen fled the scene with nary a sound.
Traitor!
My queen, I only to show what's true. That's all that any mirror can do.
Hey, there will be no more outbursts like that in my courtroom. I'm the only person that gets to have outbursts. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. No further questions.
If she was disguised, how do you know it was her?
I could not follow her at all. I was nailed to a wall.
How do you know this information? Did you follow her?
I see these things because I'm magic. I hate when they get so tragic. If I saw a queen give Snow White the apple, if I had not, how else would I know?
Your Honor, I submit that there is no way this mirror could have known for sure that the disguised apple salesman was my client at the time of the apple sale, considering he couldn't form a sentence.
Right then, I call to the stand Sleeping Beauty.
It's all icky.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, Sir Rosegroom?
I do.
Now, Beauty, isn't it true that the witch cursed you with death upon reaching your 16th year?
Yes, if a good fairy hadn't altered the curse, I would have died. As it was, I just got up and made me sleep.
Why did the witch want to kill you?
I'd never even met her. I can only guess that she's jealous of me because I'm a princess, and she's just an old fairy.
Petty jealousy, a very base motive, just as I suspected. Thank you. No further questions.
Isn't it true that the whole kingdom tried to outcast Miss Witch at your christening? Didn't your parents give all the other fairies precious gifts and yet exclude my client from the gifts in front of all of her peers, thereby publicly humiliating her?
I don't remember. I was young at the time, but her name was on the guest list in my scrapbook.
Proof of her being wrongfully outcast in her own kingdom. You may be seated.
For my next witness, I call to the stand the charming prince.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, Sir Rosegroom?
Of course, I'm always honest, brave, valiant, chivalrous, and most of all, modest.
Yes, yes. Tell us what you know about the Snow White incident.
Poor Snow. She'd been poisoned by the witch, and only a kiss from her one true love could save her. Many had tried to, but it wasn't until I, a true master, came along that the spell was broken.
And you know all of this because the dwarves she was living with at the time told you this?
It was the dwarves who told me this, yes, but I didn't know that she was living with them. Oh, Snow, I thought we had something special.
Pull yourself together, man. Tell us what happened with Sleeping Beauty.
Well, the poor girl had been asleep for over 100 years, and many had tried to awaken her, but it wasn't until I, a true master, came along that she was saved.
What? You mean you have beauty and you dare to question especially you dwarves. How could you?
I take a little nap, and you go prancing off in the woods kissing total strangers.
Order!
It's not what you think. Let me explain.
Animal, beast!
It's not what you think.
How could you? Whatever she told me, your great grandmother, you two-timing scoundrel.
But Snow, wait.
That's Snow White, you nincompoop. Don't you remember my name?
Ah!
You've got nerve, and with the little tramp who lives with all those men in that commune in the forest?
Ah! It's my natural trauma, I'm afraid. It runs in the family.
And as for you, you brazen hussy.
Don't you brazen hussy me, you wench. I know about you and how you like to stray off in the woods all night, just inviting trouble.
Order! Caleb, remove them!
Moving right along, I call Gretel to the stand.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, Sir Rose Grim?
I will if you give me a cupcake. Hansel got the last one.
I got fair and square.
Did not! Did not!
Order! Both of you approach the bench and bring the offending pastry with you. I'm afraid I'll have to keep this piece of evidence. Your Honor, I believe that's a snack the kids brought in. A snack, huh? You know what the penalty is for bribing a judge?
What's
a
the penalty?
bribe?
I asked my question first.
Did not! Did not!
I believe the snack was intended for them. Thank you for sharing with me.
But what about my cupcake?
It's His Honor's cupcake now.
Ah!
Order!
Ha ha!
Now, Gretel, tell us about the night you and Hansel met the witch.
We were lost and hungry, and we saw a big house made of cake and candy, so we decided to eat some of it. And then the witch invited us in, and we thought she was going to be nice to us, but after a few days she got angry and decided to broil us alive in her oven.
Two poor children, lost and alone in the woods, only to fall victim to this evil witch. What happened between the time she invited you in and the time she tried to put you in her oven?
She made me her slave and tried to make Hansel plumper for her supper.
Intended cannibalism, a very sick motive. This shows a very sick and twisted mind. Thank you. No further questions.
Isn't it true, Gretel, that you and your brother were trespassing on Miss Witch's private property when this event occurred?
Yes, but it was time for dessert.
Didn't your parents ever teach you not to invade other people's privacy?
It was dessert time.
If you were lost, why didn't you just ring her doorbell and ask for help? I mean, you could have been nice to her. She gave you both a meal after all.
There was cake too.
Sit down.
For my next witness, I call to the stand Hansel.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, Sir Rose Grim?
What's this? Yeah, is there any more?
Pay attention! Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, Sir Rose Grim?
Yeah, now can I have some more?
Hansel, tell us about the night you and Gretel met the witch.
It's like Gretel said. For some reason, our parents wanted us to get lost. And then we found the witch's house. The first night was great, like a bed and breakfast. But things we found out that she later wanted to eat us. Things sort of went downhill from there.
Yes, being imprisoned and enslaved with a threat of intended cannibalism can really make a person tend to see the dark side of things. Thank you. No further questions.
Hansel, you and your sister knew this was somebody's house you were destroying, did you not?
It was gingerbread.
Yet, knowing it wasn't yours, you both trespassed on my client's property and ruined the exterior of her woodland cottage.
Yes, and the chocolate frosting was divine. But the cake was a little dry. You may need to use more oil next time. Which chef will be handing out the prayers?
And instead of having you both thrown in the slammer for your crimes, my client took pity on you. 2 children, alone at night in the woods, and she let you in, fed you, and gave you nice beds for the night.
Yes, but she threw me in her dungeon. She said she was going to fatten me up. She was going to eat me! Speaking of eating, is it lunchtime yet, or can I have more stuff on the book?
Somebody give that boy a napkin and call another witness.
I have no more witnesses, Your Honor.
In that case, I call to the stand Miss Witch.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, Sir Rose Grim?
Indeed I do.
Now, Miss Witch, now,
all these pages were ripped out.
Well, if we can cut, then I can find it. Here it is. Okay. I found it. I got it. I grabbed all my lines.
Action again.
Now, Miss Witch, you've heard the testimonies of many witnesses today. Please tell the court your side of the story.
Well, sir, it is true that I've had some scrapes with some of the local children in the past, and I know it's only natural for them to think of me as that crazy old witchy lady down the path. But, Your Honor, I was an emotional wreck each time. First, there was the embarrassment of being shunned in my own neighborhood by my own fellow fairies when I wasn't invited to Beauty's party. Every fairy in town was invited but me.
It must have been awful for you.
Public humiliation is never very easy. I moved to another kingdom where nobody knew me that well, and I ruled my castle and my kingdom with an iron fist. Yet a sensitive heart. A wizard sold me what he said was a magic mirror that would enable me to keep an eye on parts of my domain without having to travel there, but as you saw for yourself, the mirror is obviously defective.
Now, was it not through this mirror that you first met Snow White?
The mirror made me aware of her presence, yes, but began malfunctioning shortly thereafter.
How about Dorothy?
She's a murdering little twin! She deserves to suffer! Rude. Pardon me?
How about Hansel and Gretel? Did you plan to cook and eat them?
The poor little urchins simply misunderstood. Now, I did say that I wanted to fatten them up, but they had been lost, and they were hungry, and my maternal instinct just took over. And later I was heating water in the kettle for a bath for them. I do use the same kettle for cooking, but it's the only kettle I have. Bless their little hearts, they must have simply misunderstood what the water was for.
In Gretel's testimony, she claims that you tried to make her your slave. Is this true?
I asked her to do a few things around the house to help out. I'm an old lady.
That's certainly understandable. The final charge brought against you today is speeding on your broomstick. How do you explain that one?
Well, you see, sir, the air traffic controllers were on strike that day, so I guess I just flew off the handle a little bit. I promise I'll make a clean sweep of my past if you'll give me the chance.
Well, we'll certainly try. No further questions.
You may cross-examine.
I have nothing to say to this witch, Your Honor.
Closing statement.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the jury, you have heard for yourselves from you have heard many testimonies today that prove that this witch is a menace to society. Should she be allowed to walk our paths unattended? No. I can see only one verdict. Guilty.
Good people of the jury, I'm sure you've seen for yourselves how my poor client has been wronged and has suffered greatly for her attempts at kindness. Don't add to her misery. Give her the rest of her golden years in peace by finding her innocent.
The jury will deliberate. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you've heard the testimony of both sides. Now it is your turn to decide. If you believe the witch to be guilty, call it the word guilty. If you believe the witch to be innocent, call it the word innocent. When I have your decision, I will raise my hand. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Guilty! Innocent!
The jury has found the witch to be innocent.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
This is a travesty of justice. Why do they always go free?
Thank you.
She was obviously guilty. Why do they always go free? I try and I try. No matter what I do.
Thank you for your attendance. This will conclude Fairy Tale Courtroom.